Okay, welcome back, ladies and gents. Hope you're all doing awesome. All right, wherever you're doing, wherever you are, hope you're feeling good. Now, I'm gonna be checking out the warning. This is a vlog 23, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. So yeah, let's check them out.
Hello again!
Hey guys! Oh, Link, baby!
Okay. He doesn't want to be here.
Cat looks like my one.
Say
hi. Link says hi.
Yes. Okay, so in this vlog we're gonna be talking about our new music.
Yay!
Woo! Okay, so chapter 1 and chapter 2 are out already, and we are so extremely
camera steady, eh?
happy that you're liking it.
Yay.
Guys, you have no idea. Like, all your comments touch our heart. Like,
Yeah, we have read
try to
everything,
read them
and,
all.
We're really
Write
happy
a
that
lot,
you're
guys.
liking it. In this vlog, we're gonna cover like chapter 1 and chapter 2 because we haven't made a vlog for chapter 1. So
Yes.
basically, this is like new music vlog.
Yeah.
So, let's
Chapter 1,
Yeah, let's start with chapter 1.
which is Crimson Queen.
It's Crimson Queen.
Yeah.
Ugh.
And the one.
And the one. Okay.
Oh, okay. Those are like those songs have cool stories.
Yeah.
Crimson
this would be
Queen
interesting.
is Danny's song.
Yes.
Danny wrote the lyrics. It's Danny's song.
That's kind of like it's a nice story because, that song was not gonna be on the album.
It's not-
I
Really?
have been writing that song for like a lot of time, and it was just like my song to kind of just learn how to, how do I say, like, produce something. It's something I like to have fun with. Like, I recorded myself on Pro Tools and then started adding guitar, starting adding voices, and just like figuring out. I did like 7 different demos.
Wow.
That song.
And
And when I finished, I just
She showed it to
like,
us, and
Showed
I
it
was like,
do you
I was
remember this song?
I was mind blown because I remember when Danny had it like very like a rough
Yeah.
start,
Mm-hmm.
and like that was just mind blown. I really loved the song, and Danny doesn't like usually start songs, so when this
Yes.
one was just like
So, like,
Wow.
when people like it, it makes me extremely happy. Like, you have no idea, because it's kind of like a big stepping stone for me. Like, I am used to writing with them, but
that was
writing
her own.
on my own
So that
is.
was- Because yeah,
kinda-
writing on your own is it's like a very hard thing, honestly.
Yeah.
I don't even write on my
Damn
own.
straight.
I start songs, but
Mhm.
I don't finish them. I basically just have chords, a very basic idea of what I want to do,
Mhm.
and I immediately go to my sisters. A lot of people are saying like, I write all the songs, guys. Seriously.
But that's what is interesting. When you're writing yourself, it is hard. Sometimes you don't have ideas, but when you're with some other people, you bring just like Pal just says, you have like a few chords, a few ideas, throw it in with the other people. They think, and then they take, they'll add their bit to it, and then it's much easier, as you lot know, So, and what's interesting about this, they're just three regular, normal sisters, ladies here, young girls, you wouldn't think that they are like rising in the rock world. It's crazy. They're so down to earth. This is what I like. They're so sincere, and I can tell they love their fans. They're very appreciative. That is awesome. I hope they stay like this forever. Like, because when you make it big, you've seen it. You lot have probably seen it. Obviously, you've seen big. They get like diva-ish, big bands, and they're this and that. Stay like that. Awesome. Genuine.
There wouldn't be one single song on this album if the three of us hadn't like wrote together. And most of the songs, some of them I started them, but most of them we actually started them and wrote them together.
Yep.
And sure, sometimes I write more lyrics, but it's not that I write all of them.
Mhm.
I just write like a little bit more, but that's
Especially since, like, the making of a song has a lot
Lot
of different
of layers.
stages.
Because maybe I have like 3 chords, but then I take it to them, and then suddenly we have 12 chords.
Yeah, exactly.
And
Yeah,
It's a very long and complicated process.
from the writing to the
to the
mixing,
mixing.
to the mastering, like everything.
And production wise, I mean, it's just a very hard process, and we always do it together. It's always the three of us. And a lot of songs, like if you compare it to 21st Century Blood, a lot of the songs on this album, we actually started them together while we were
Yep.
writing like in our basement, and we were just like in the instruments and we started them there.
Mhm.
So, and I think you can hear it. You can hear that there's really like the three of us there in every single song. So,
Yeah,
so
you've
basically,
all-
and then
yeah, you've all put your little stamp on it.
Oh God.
That's
Yeah,
the,
this is an interesting
that was where
title.
the name came from, because every time we like try to work on that song, it's like ugh.
No, basically that song, Danny started it.
yeah.
She had it
Long
as
time,
a
it was
song
like-
for a
Actually,
It's one of them songs that they just
I was just jamming out one day, and
alone.
that
We-
riff, just like came out of nowhere, and I was like,
that's the beautiful thing
Yeah.
about music. It all comes from
it
here.
was mainly a guitar riff. Like the guitar was gonna start the song, but then we down to the bass.
No, but basically that song started off with a very different thing.
It was really
Extremely
just, like,
different.
really
Yeah, it,
And we struggled. I mean,
I
that's
remember.
the song that we struggled most on the album.
we did like
We did like
so many versions of it. Like
This is a word that's more than a word.
we did more. I think we did kind of like 20 versions.
Yeah,
Basically,
probably.
it was so
Wow.
many.
and every one of
So
them.
they're really
different
stuck
lyrics,
on that
different
song.
Melodies, different.
oh, in
everything.
the studio we actually finished a
The
ton of
song.
lyrics.
A ton of
Yes.
lyrics.
Like,
in the
we did
studio.
it
Like the
on
day
the
we
spot.
recorded.
Oh my god,
the
I'm
vocals.
remembering the old lyrics and God. I mean,
They were pretty.
We even did a parody. It was like
oh.
the
Don't know how to keep it stable, hearts and bagels.
Or
Yeah.
bacon or
yeah,
Yeah,
baby.
The what?
We were
it was-
hungry
yeah.
that day.
But basically, that song had 1,000 versions of
Yeah.
it, and we barely finished it. And we did have a couple of like tentative.
we
names
were
for it.
kind of sick of it.
Yeah,
Like,
we were sick
like,
of it.
Uh,
At least I was.
you know what?
Let's just keep the name Ugh. We didn't really want to change it, and
we didn't know
And-
And we didn't found like another name.
Fine.
Sorry.
after we did a lot of versions for Ugh.
This is
So
like
one
watching
of
three
those
of my
versions
sisters
turned
chat.
out to be
They're
the
all
one.
one.
And
they're all talking over each other and taking the mick out of each other. And like, this is awesome.
And
Oh, yeah.
the other one is The Sacrifice.
Yes.
So basically, two songs came out of trying to fix.
Yeah.
Let's talk about
That's
the one.
story.
Okay, the one. The one is it's a very. I started the song on the
Yes.
piano.
Piano.
Wait, what? How does it start?
Wait.
Do
Please
anything
don't
to
awake
That's the
it.
Sacrifice.
Sacrifice.
Okay, thank God chapter 2 is released because I
Yeah,
would
yeah,
hate you. Okay, so basically, the one started. Oh, this is a very interesting story actually. The one started was only piano.
Yeah.
It was an only piano piece
Only
that
melody.
I had, and then I had some lyrics. This song was not even gonna be in. I mean, at first it didn't even fit in the story, and then we started adding different aspects to the story. We added like the whole stalker kind
What's
of
that
thing.
cat being naughty?
So now
What were you doing?
so now the one could like get in
Yes.
there in the concept. So basically, I had the song on the piano, and I had a different chorus for it. Basically, the chorus for The Sacrifice used to be the chorus for the one.
And
But
we
then
just,
we
like,
started working on the one, and we didn't like the chorus, and we put it like on standby, and we started
we
working on.
really did like a whole Frankenstein.
Honestly,
of
all
songs.
the songs are like very Frankenstein-ish. But the one is a very fun song, and it's one of the few songs where I started like experimenting with chords. Because I mean, I don't know if you guys noticed, but in 21st Century Blood, most of the songs have the same
Chord progression.
No, the same 4 chords.
Looks like my camera work
And a different.
when I'm reacting
And in a different
sometimes.
key.
It's all
So when we
shaking.
started writing this album, we were like, we need to change
Get away from
that
that.
formula.
Yep.
We really
Yeah.
need to get away from that. And since I started,
Although, I mean, it's kind of weird. People tell us, like, it's so weird that each song in 21st Century Blood sounds so different.
but have like the same chord progression,
So
and that's
it's
really
like-
fun. I take pride in that we
Yeah.
actually could make it sound different.
yeah.
We could,
It's like,
we could do it.
But okay, so basically the one it has like modulación.
A modulation.
A modulation. So we were really proud of that we could start like incorporating new elements to our music.
Of things we
And-
learned. Yeah, we have been applying a lot of like new things we have
And
learned.
we have learned. Oh, and you remember one song that we went into the studio to change only one phrase?
The one.
It was the one.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we
Are we-
will
are we
tell you.
gonna- are we-
Yes,
Yeah,
I'm
we
gonna
can,
say the
okay.
lyric. Okay, it was. Is it all in my head? Was it something you said that let my heart explode?
No, is that made my heart explode?
Explode. That was
And-
the lyric.
Okay,
And I
made
was
my
like-
heart explode was the lyric. But
Made-
then we returned to Monterey, and my mom was like, "Oh yeah, left my heart exposed," and we were like,
Wait, it doesn't
"That's
say
not the
that.
lyric." And she was
she's
like, "Oh, I thought that was the lyric," and we were like,
Ah.
"Let's
wait.
change it." I
Yes.
mean, that's perfect. So imagine, but we were not very happy because we were like, we have to go back and record one phrase. Are you kidding me? Okay,
You,
so
you
we
had to go back for mixing.
Yeah.
So-
it was
yeah.
fine.
So yeah, we
Took advantage of that.
yeah, aprovechamos. I don't know how to say it. Yeah,
advantage.
yeah.
Okay.
So okay, and now this is gonna be a long vlog. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So
Oh my god, it's
um,
already 9 minutes.
Okay, so when
Chapter
so
2.
oh wait.
Oh.
So we had like this whole concept, right? But
She wants
it
to
was a
move on
very
to
long
chapter
process
2.
to get it like to where it is. At first, it was not even a complete story. It was just about. I was just writing about. You see that I write in characters. I was just basically writing about a character who killed people, which is not nice. I know. I'm sorry, guys. But I mean, I just had like that idea, and then when I took it to Danny and LA, we made it so
We
much more
shaped
than
it.
that. Thank God. Thank you for fixing
Yes.
that.
She wanted
And then,
a
we
darker
showed it to our
song.
parents, and my dad was like, you know what, like we should totally make this like a novel, you know. So that's why we really like. My dad was like, let's release it like in EPs so people can actually like get the like the
Every
story.
part
If
of
you
the
skip
story.
a song, maybe you don't.
Let me say,
understand the
your
whole
dad
concept.
is
He was like,
awesome
yeah,
for having that great
chapters
idea.
and everything. We were just like so psyched about it, and then he was like, oh, you know what? Let's do an artwork for like every
Each
single song. And we're like,
Dad, you're a genius.
hell yeah.
Damn
So
straight,
that's
he is.
basically what we did, and then we took it to Rudy, and then we started like working on it as a team, and then we worked with Gretel, and I mean everything just worked out fantastically.
Yes.
And we're so glad that everybody's like liking the whole concept of it. Yeah, we're so grateful for Endeavor coming up with that because
Liking it, I loved it.
imagine
I love
we
the
did
whole-
just release it like that. No, thank God
Yeah,
we're
no.
releasing it in
We're
chapters.
doing this.
From
I'm
start to
sorry that
finish.
we're leaving you with doubts and like intriguing.
We're leaving you
with
cliffhangers.
yeah, a little bit of mystery. Here
Yeah,
and
but
there.
that's I think that's fun. You know,
Yeah.
it keeps you there.
It's
so
fun
that's
for
cool.
us.
Yeah, at least for us. Okay, so basically, so now chapter 2, and chapter 2 is basically. Should we? Yeah, we should explain the story. I mean,
No, wait.
okay, we won't explain the story
Yeah,
then.
because
So basically,
we have to be a little more evil.
Okay, so chapter 2 is what songs are they?
Oh,
It's Stalker, Red Hands Never Fade, and The Sacrifice. I'm gonna take it out here. I'm gonna explain the name. Okay, so Stalker was a song that I started before I had, like, we had the concept
Yeah.
of
Yes.
the whole
Album?
I remember
album. I was gonna say the name.
we
and I was
changed
like,
the
"Woo!"
chords of that one.
The chords?
Yeah, I remember that we were sitting.
She's nodding her head like, no. I don't remember that.
Oh my god.
Oh yes, we did the chorus. I remember. Yeah, yeah.
This is hilarious.
Okay, so
Oh, it changed, like,
I remember that I was in piano class, and I was like playing piano lessons, potato. Okay, so basically, so basically, I learned these new chords, which is basically the cliche that goes in the piano at the beginning.
Dun, dun, dun.
And I really liked it, and I wanted to make a song with that. And the chords just sounded like really creepy. So I was like, you know that I'm not good at writing love songs. So basically, I had the mentality of like writing a creepy love song, which is basically what came out. And then after like
Nothing wrong with that.
I couldn't finish Stalker. So basically, we took it together, and when we started adding the music, it was just so creepy.
Yeah.
It was
really
it was
cool.
disturbing. It was uncomfortable, which was everything that we wanted it to
The
be.
guitar feedbacks.
Yeah, we
are
were
like,
when we were
so
recording
happy.
that because like our rough draft.
Like Yeah, like
Or demo.
demos, or like really like have everything.
Yeah, that
Every single detail.
like, put a lot of time into our demos.
We
So-
produce our demos.
So
like,
when we
to
were
100%.
recording the guitars, we were like,
Yeah, those riffs and
really
everything,
cool.
everything just like
Yeah.
felt
Actually,
perfect.
those feedbacks are from the demo. Like
Yeah.
we didn't want to change
anything. Yeah.
like we were so used to
So the
them. and
pianos.
they
I
sounded
remember
so
I was
good.
recording the pianos and we put like a.
reverb.
It was I don't know. We took out a lot of like I don't know. I remember what I did on the piano, but I remember that I made it like wet. Like the song was wet and like very like distant, and we just loved it because it felt reverb band. I'm sorry. So and it felt like really good, and we were just like, you know what? Let's just leave it like that. And but thanks to Stalker, like Stalker is a reason that like we were able to incorporate
this.
a lot more songs, and the story got like kind of more like developed. So, and after Stalker, it's Red Hands Never Fade. Red Hands Never Fade is actually a really cool story. About like 2-3 years ago, I had like the phrase Red Hands Never Fade. I did a doodle on a notebook with a hand. That is I do not know how to draw, I'm sorry. But it's a really bad drawing. And it just said Red Hands Never Fade.
It looks like
and
you did like a hand in chocolate or something.
Yeah, it was a really bad drawing. But then I came back and I just started like writing some stuff, and I just left it there for a very long time, and I did not like pick it up again. And then when we were doing like we were trying to pick up songs that could fit here, and then we grabbed and we were like Red Hands Never Fade, like sounds like it could fit here.
In this story.
Yeah, and then we started working on it, and it just turned out like really. My favorite like part is like the whole to tell you to tell me to tell you.
Yeah.
I loved like that's.
And I always got it wrong, like recording.
You said like to tell
Tell
you.
you,
No,
to tell me to tell you to tell me.
Yeah, you always like switched it up.
Yeah.
But that was my favorite phrase. I
it's gonna
felt
be
so
fun,
proud
right?
of that. That's
I
really
know.
cool.
I know.
And
Then
it was that song was really hard to write. I remember that. Do you remember like the really long songwriting sessions that we
Yeah,
had?
we
just
spent, like,
trying
2
to finish
hours.
those lyrics.
Yeah.
Because the lyrics for the verses were
no, but wait, that's
no.
we also-
We
it was
also
before.
We
It
have
was
a ton
before.
of songs that we
Okay.
took
It
a
was
long
before
time
we
to
went
write
to
the
LA
lyrics,
and
but
everything.
Red Hands Never Fade was one of them. Okay, but that song is and that song is really it's the most tiring song to play, cause
for you.
It's really fast,
For you.
and I'm doing
like-
notes on the
Well,
right
like
hand
you
all
too,
the
so-
time. And in the bridge, I'm doing 16 notes. So it's basically my right hand is doing this the whole song, and it's so tiring, but it's really fun to play.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Yes, it
I
is.
was gonna say which one was for me, but still
No, it's still out,
I
so-
was like,
Okay, and the next one is the sacrifice, which is really weird to call it the sacrifice. Cause okay, let me explain a little bit about the background of the sacrifice. Basically, I remember we were doing you know the Patreon rewards where we write lyrics.
Oh yeah, we were writing
the
I
lyrics
remember.
for like one of the Patreon rewards, and I was listening to my K-pop playlist, and I remember I was.
Oh, Danny was having a party.
Oh, you were in a party outside.
Yeah, I was like, what are
and,
you doing?
and
I can't remember this.
Ale and I were writing the lyrics.
It was that day.
It was
Yeah,
that day.
it
So
was.
basically, I had my headphones on and I was listening to my K-pop playlist, and a song.
No,
I'm
don't say the
not
name,
gonna
I'm
say the
sorry.
name, but basically a song came on and I was like, whoa, this is really cool, and I was just like felt like really inspired to go to the piano, and basically
And I was like,
I had okay, and I started like playing, and stuff just like came out like really well, and I had like the verse part 1 was what the first thing that came out, but the second part of the verse,
Please don't.
no, that's the first part. The second part is the that was from another song that I had that we didn't even use. I just grabbed that part. I didn't even show it to you guys. That song was horrible, but that part was
Yeah.
good. So
Yeah, I thought that
placed
was
it-
like the original.
So I placed it there, and I was like, okay, this is sounding good. And the one more simple question came out
did.
when we were with Nick Littlemore.
In Los Angeles.
Yeah, I remember that he gave us some chords. He was like, write like a very short song with
With
this,
this.
and that's what came out.
And
And,
we-
Nick
Yes.
told us like, whatever came out here in that session, you can use. Like, it's yours. Use it on your songs. So we found out that it fit perfectly there. And we were like, you know what? Let's use that. And the chorus.
Money adverts.
It was the
the
one
chorus
from the
of
one.
the one.
But that chorus actually came out like the same like K-pop influence, which is really weird because you guys keep telling like, oh my god, I hear this type of influence here, I hear this type of influence, and it's just really funny for me because I mean I look at the list of influences that we had, like what we were listening to when we were making this album.
You were like,
and it's the extreme opposite. We really like,
It makes no sense because what we do sounds nothing like
what we listen to. 'Cause,
Yeah,
I mean,
at all.
our
We
album,
grab like tiny things we
that
like.
we like, and we try to
make
like
it our own.
and we make it our own. Basically,
Yep.
what we were listening to was a lot of like Japanese rock and a lot of K-pop.
It's so interesting. This is like how they made the album. A lot of work. I can only imagine, but listening to it sounds crazy. But the main thing is they're enjoying it, and it's nice to see the 3 different personalities. Powell seems definitely the more what's the word, like spokesperson of the band. She's very there, you know, and the rest are more a bit laid back, but this is very interesting.
And that's
Yes.
And of course, what we always listen to.
and
Yeah,
of course we
like
always
My
listen
Chemical
to.
Romance,
But
Panic at the Disco, and stuff like that.
But it's like but I think that that whole jumble of stuff that we listen to, like it's like we're like a melting pot, and everything just like comes out like a very unique sound at the end.
And still, like, each one of us has a very unique sound.
So
that
it even
kind of,
makes like even more.
So yeah, well.
So basically, the sacrifice was called Gracias K-pop.
So we always said gracias. It's thank you in
Yeah,
Spanish.
like so we
So-
basically called it Gracias until
And
we
so-
were recording it.
It's
and,
still weird for me to
call it the sacrifice?
It's always like gracias. Like live when we
At least when we
play
practice
live,
it here,
it's
like Ale tells me like
Like
what
what?
song is next, and I say
Gracias,
Gracias. It's
like-
not the sacrifice. It's Gracias. But the sacrifice has to be like my 3rd favorite song. from
Danny and
the
Ali are
album. I
trying
love
to
it
talk,
so
and
much.
Power
Your
is
third favorite
keeps
song.
jumping in
Okay.
there.
Yeah, I'm just so proud.
She's very
I used to be so stuck with chords, but
strong.
those chords, we really just went out of the shell with that.
Yeah.
We have like
Oh,
that
you went.
modulation.
Oh my God, the
Yeah, on the
modulating
piano, I
technique.
struggle. I worked a lot on those chords. So I mean that modulation from the pre-chorus to the chorus,
it's
I was just so proud of that. It was just like, oh my god, it's so
The second
different.
chord from the pre-chorus is like.
Yeah, because instead of doing it minor and like if we did it minor, it would have stayed in it would be diatonic. It would have been inside the scale. But since we did it major, it's no
Okay.
longer in the scale, so it sounds like kind of like dissonant. I love that. I was just so proud. And so that's what, and just musically, I love all the riffs.
Oh yeah.
One I have like my favorite part is the pre-chorus. The second pre-chorus.
Yeah, oh yeah, fun fact, the last songs we wrote were Dust to Dust, The One, and The Sacrifice.
And the sacrifice was also another like result of us trying to fix Ugh. Oh my god, the blog
Really?
is 21 minutes.
We're so sorry, guys.
Whoa.
Okay, but quick thing. I mean, the last thing I just want to say.
No,
was
it's
like,
okay.
Okay, so
This has
we had
gone like that,
A lot
the
of fun
time.
recording this. I recorded the pianos, and it was really fun recording.
It's very
those, but
interesting.
Live, that's gonna be fun. I really. But with the piano, you're doing it on the guitar.
Yeah.
And it sounds so cool. I love it. I personally
does.
really like it. And then
Thank
the
you.
one, I mean, we're using a track because it's not like we're gonna stop playing to go and play the piano. Yeah, but we're really, really glad that you're liking it. I
Yes.
hope that when we finish releasing the chapters, we can sit down and explain to you what the story is about.
Yes.
Which
That's gonna
I'm
be
really
fun.
excited about that.
After
Yeah, it's gonna be
Lunario?
fun.
Yeah, after Lunario. And
Although I gotta say, guys, most of you are getting pretty close. Well,
I mean,
And
it's not a very complicated story.
It's not very
It's a very easy story to follow, honestly.
Before I forget, sorry. We have seen that a lot of you guys have doubts about Nada Mas Records. We are not signed with a label. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Like it's our own like
It's our like
sello
it's our sello de.
Our sello.
symbol, like our symbol for.
No,
The thing is, like,
We'll release
if
it
you
later.
Google it, like,
Nothing's
you're not gonna
gonna
find
find anything.
anything.
It's not a record label, guys, don't
yes.
worry.
We're still
It's-
very independent. very
Yeah,
much,
it's just to be independent, but
Yeah,
but
good.
with a brand.
yeah, basically, yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
So Nada Mas
So, yeah.
Records, it's still us.
Yeah,
Don't worry
it's
about it.
and the name is from an inside joke that we have
That we
with
have with
Rudy.
Rudy. So yeah, guys, we're really
Yeah, don't worry
happy
about that.
you're liking it. Stay tuned because chapter 3 it's not long till it comes out. Don't worry.
Sounds like
So-
Jesse. I don't
Okay,
understand
so
anything.
the next songs are like are one of my are a few of my favorites, and I think it's you guys are. I think chapter 3 you're gonna like it a lot. I think it's gonna be one of your favorites.
I get it now.
You're gonna like it.
It's okay.
So
I'm so missing
this block has gone on for way too long. So we're gonna say goodbye, guys. And when chapter 3 comes out, we'll
Tell you
I'll
all
be
about
checking out that.
love you guys. Thank you.
Bye.
Ciao.
That was awesome. Very interesting seeing their different personalities and what the process is behind the music, how they done it. I'm gonna be checking out. If you've made it this far, you lot, where you're watching this, I appreciate it. But that was like 23 minutes. It seemed very gone faster than that. I was just like mesmerised, just listening, seeing what's going on here. But yeah, I'm gonna be checking out more of their vlogs. That was awesome. That was the warning. Thank you for watching. Take care of yourselves and each other. I'll see you next time. Peace out.